This year has seen more students falsely accused of using AI than any other. And the consequences have been far-reaching, from students failing subjects and losing scholarships to being suspended or even expelled. On August 27, 2025, Turnitin rolled out its latest update. But this update, that's supposed to flag AI-generated text or text that's been modified by AI bypass tools like humanizers, really only made things harder for innocent students. That's because more than 16,000 academic institutions now use Turnitin. But with a false positive rate of 4%, that means 1 in every 25 sentences can be wrongly flagged and a student falsely accused. The situation is only made worse by university-approved and recommended tools such as Grammarly's grammar and spell check plugins being flagged as AI, leaving students feeling like they're being punished for trying to do the right thing. Today I'll explain how AI checkers actually work, why they're so unreliable, and what you can do to protect yourself. Because regardless of whether you use AI or not, we're all now at the mercy of unreliable AI detectors. I'm Teresa Orr. Welcome to my channel. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. The development of AI detectors fundamentally changed how schools and universities grade students' work. So let me ask you a question. If you're a student, which tool would you choose? One that teaches you and helps you to write better, or one that writes for you? Because the systems universities are using right now flags both as AI. And here's why that's more than just bad technology. First, tools like Turnitin, Copyleaks and GPTZero aren't actually detecting AI. They just assign a percentage chance, a likelihood, that something might be AI generated. That means if just one sentence in your paragraph gets flagged as 100% likely AI generated, that can be enough for your lecturer to accuse you of plagiarism. No context, no proof. Second, tools that universities recommend, like Grammarly, Words Editor, or Google's Grammar Check, can actually increase the chances of you being flagged. That's because AI detectors are looking for patterns that are likely written by a machine. Things like perfect grammar, repetitive structure, or polished writing. This is what's called text perplexity and burstiness. Sounds technical, but all it means is that if your writing is too polished and too predictable, you're at risk. So now students are being punished for using the very tools that they were told would help them succeed. Third, Turnitin's latest update now claims to detect text that has been bypassed or humanized by tools such as Grammarly or Quillbot. But here's the problem. That includes real student writing, especially if you rewrite a sentence to make it sound better, or naturally write in grammatically correct English. Even the US Constitution has been flagged by these tools as AI generated. They're targeting fluency. So even if you didn't use AI at all, your work can get flagged because it sounds like a humanizer. And here's the kicker. Many universities are still calling this evidence. They're using false positives from unreliable software to fail students, without transparency of how these tools actually work, or even showing which sentences are supposedly AI generated or altered. Think about it this way. If you told students to write like a professor, but then banned anything that sounded like a professor wrote it, how were they ever supposed to win? That's not upholding academic standards. That's setting a trap. So what's the real cost when software replaces real judgment? Let's talk consequences, because that's what really matters. Not just theory, but what happens to you. False positives don't just create confusion. They can destroy academic records. The fallout is real. Students have failed subjects, lost scholarships, internships, visas, and been suspended. So what can you do to protect yourself? Let's start with the most powerful thing, a process record. Universities are basing their decisions on possibilities, not proof. So if you can show how you developed your work, your research, your writing, your edits, then that's your evidence and your defense. Here's how to do it. Use Microsoft Word or Google Docs. In Word, turn on track changes. In Google Docs, it will save it automatically and it will update every minute. That's your writing version history. Use a reference manager like EndNote or Zotero. Save the PDFs of any journal articles that you use for your work and then highlight inside of them. That's your research trail. Some students are even screen recording themselves while they're working on their assignments. Extreme? Maybe. But it shows intent, process, and authorship, all things that AI software can't see. Write in your own voice. Don't suddenly start writing in complex academic language if that's not how you normally write. Read it out loud, and if it doesn't sound like you, change it. And avoid humanizers and paraphrasing tools like Grammarly or Quillbot. When editing, don't aim for perfection. Keep your own voice, because now too polished equals too suspicious. And if you're accused, you have rights. Use them. Ask to see the sentences that were flagged. Ask what tool was used. Ask how they determined the result. Because guessing isn't evidence, but your process record is. Right now we're treating students like suspects, not scholars. Guilty until proven innocent.